Welcome, everybody. We'll start with the pledge. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
Okay, thanks everybody for taking this time out on a busy Monday. I know we've got stuff to do, so we'll get going here and get you out here as soon as we can here. Let's have a roll call, please.
Albrecht.
Here.
Badlow. Day.
Here.
Gurecki. Bono.
Here.
Mindel.
Here.
We have a form.
We have three items, the Turin Hopper Avenue project. The first item is the application for financial assistance at pages 1 through 12. John, you want to give us a rundown? And we also, Ed Russell and Shannon Wagner from representing the firm and ourselves.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Okay, John? Okay.
So the application that's in front of you that has been sent to all of you is the application for financial assistance for the purchase of the property only. So right now we have to take this in steps, and Ed and Shannon, please feel free to call it or to say anything if you want to. But this is all we're voting on today is the application for financial assistance for the purchase of the property only.
Any, Ed, Shannon, any comments or like to make?
Morning, this is Ed. Yeah, the only thing is we're still identifying the parcels, so we've reached out back to them. So there might be a slight change to this application. Also, my understanding is they're looking for a pilot, so we just need to have them confirm that and add that to the application as well.
So the pilot will be a 5-year no property tax. The remainder of the 5-year will be 20% of the property tax for each year till the 10th year, which will give them on the 11th will be 100%.
Sorry, can you say that again?
5-year no property tax.
And then the remaining.
Yes,
5 years,
2020,
it'll step
20,
up.
2020. So 2040, 60, 80, 100.
So this is just going, this is a placeholder, basically.
100%. So we can have the public hearing and keep the process moving ahead.
Exactly, exactly.
The final version.
Oh, of course. Yeah, of course.
The purchase price is what, 2.744 million? Right. Am I reading it right?
Yeah, it's on the 2744213 estimated
Any
total.
questions, comments? Concerns?
I guess I'll ask the same question to Ed. So Ed represents us, correct?
Yeah,
And who represents Turin?
another person, but we're gonna talk about that with the conflict disclosure resolution. Is it okay to hold it till then?
That's fine. I didn't know if that was,
That's item 3 on the agenda.
that's fine.
Entertain a motion if there are any other questions. Kim, second. Corey,
With roll call.
discussion. Clerk, call the roll, please. Oh, Jim. Jim Wallace?
Yes,
Did
I'm
you
sorry. Jim, can you hear me?
Yes, did you want to say something or?
I'm good.
Okay, all right, thanks. I just heard it. Okay,
I was having trouble with the mute button.
okay, not a problem. Victoria?
Albrecht.
Yes.
Badlow. Day.
Yes.
Gurecki. Yes. Bono.
Yes.
Mindel.
Yes. Yes, correct.
Yes.
Let's go to the public hearing resolutions, it's pages 13 and 15, John.
No, 13 to
Let's take
16.
I'm sorry.
So we need to have a public hearing in order to, of course, make this project work. So we're requesting that we vote. And the day we picked for the public hearing, Victoria,
The Monday, the 28th.
Monday the 20th, which we will hold at the village hall in the main room downstairs. So just a standard procedure like we do everything.
Questions? Need a motion? Sorry, thank you. Tim, second, thank you. Any discussion? Clerk will call the roll, please.
Albrecht.
Yes.
Badlow.
Day,
Yes.
Gurecki. Yes. Bono,
Yes.
Mendel.
Yes. Resolution passes. Last item is the conflict disclosure resolution that's on 17th and 22 in your packet, Don.
Yeah, so we do have that on, and Ian does have some questions, but let me just say a couple things. There are different attorneys within the Hodgkin Russ firm. They'll represent different parts of the project. They do have a representative, Dan Spitzer, who represents them on their side. Our lead representative is Chuck Malcolm. Under Chuck Malcolm, many will reference us as well. If there comes a time where there is an issue of something at all, Tony Halleck will take over representation as a separate firm at that time. That's done a lot in IDAs when you have different firms that want to work that way. Ann, why don't you ask your question? Is it okay that Ann asked that her question?
No, I think that really covered my question. It's just not, I guess, as conventional for a deal of this nature and size. I guess I'll defer to Ed as well for the same firm to be used. I understand that there's different attorneys and that there's another mechanism, which is Tony in place to take over if there's sort of an issue that arises. Ed, I guess I'll just ask for your comments on that. So will they be represented by Hodgkin and Russ from start to finish indefinitely?
Yeah, so I can address that. Thank you. So in these transactions, the company counsel here will be Dan Spitzer as the lead, and he will take the role addressing issues related to the company. We would address all issues related to the bond transaction, the bond side, so preparing the bond documents, putting everything together, and then your attorney represents you in the general capacity as issuer counsel. And then the county would be represented by separate counsel as well, Bond, Shennick and King, I believe. So there will be representation with regards to all sides, but and this is typically done with some IDAs throughout the state. So for example, St. Lawrence County, many of the colleges up there are represented by Bond, Shennick and King. And then they also act as bond counsel, but then I act as the role as issuer counsel up there. And then they have separate counsel who represents the purchaser. Really, as long as you have the purchaser of the bonds and the company counsel be separate, because that's really where any adverse relationship could generate, the one buying the bond versus the one selling the bond. In this case, it's really the company, because we're acting here, the IDA is acting as conduit, that there would not be or should not be any adverse representation. If there were, if it's some issue, for some reason that would arise, just as John pointed out, then we would have to step back and John would have to step in as full counsel. So
You feel comfortable because Bond, Shennick and King is part of the loop here.
that is my understanding, correct?
Okay, thank you.
Any other comments? Frank, you're thinking?
Yes, and going forward, we'll be represented, both of us will be represented, let's see.
It depends on the issue.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different moving parts with these projects. So, like for the brownfield cleanup program, that's represented by a whole different attorney's firm. The closing of the actual property might entail both of us, but with Tony Halleck involved as well. So it happens out there in a lot of different cases too. I'm not seeing, and from looking at other projects and what we're doing, especially in this first phase of the project with the bonding, the county was smart and they hired Bond, Shennick and King. So they'll review all the documents and make sure we're all on the same page. So I don't see any issue with it whatsoever.
Anyone else? Question?
No, I mean, I don't know if it's just me, I just can't quite wrap my head around it because it's a big project, there's lots of fees involved, and it's just.
Well, our fees will be strictly on what the IDA can do. Remember that. All we're gonna do here is we're not doing any fees on the bonding and all, but it'll be on the pilot setup. So the pilots are set up pretty much what our standard is, 10 years, and as we move ahead, I mean, we might see some different pilot, but it won't be on their recommendations, Dan Spitzer's. It'll be us working with Chuck Malcolm and Ed Russell and Shannon, right? So, and who we've worked with on all of our larger and separate projects. And then Tony Halleck can also be sitting in on some of the things as well, which which we all need to keep in mind too, is that those fees will be covered by the client, so.
I guess my inquiry not only covers fees, but also too, that's the reason why they have the conflict letters, is because when you have it all contained in one firm, I understand Von Schenek and King's role. But when you have it all contained in one firm, how can an attorney truly represent two separate clients? That's just not.
So in a sense, though, we're the conduit, as Ed mentioned, for the bonding, so Dan and Von Schenek are be dealing with this avenue. As we move forward, we'll have further discussions as other things happen on this property. But in order to move ahead with the bonding to get the project sold to the company, this is the way that we need to.
Okay, well, thanks, Stuart. I've done it once, I think, in my life, where I'm
So-
represented by the bank's attorney.
Yeah, I-
You're not represented, that's how that goes. And when
You're
we
really
had
not.
said
You just
you're not
refuse.
represented. The bank that, would be represented by our attorney, it's just you come
But
into
it's
the
similar,
transaction unrepresented.
No,
It's the attorneys provided by the bank.
no,
No.
you just agree that what the bank's attorney is doing is right for everybody. You sign off that what he provided you.
Yeah.
Chad, he was their attorney, but we knew him, Karen knew him well.
You
He
just
said,
come into a transaction unrepresented, that's all. You trust that the bank's attorney is drafting everything correctly and how that goes.
Any other comments, questions? I need a motion to approve. Jim? Lori, discussion. Call the roll, please.
Albrecht,
yes.
Baslow, Day,
Yes.
Gurecki,
Yes.
Bono,
Yes.
Mendel.
Resolution passes. That concludes the agenda. I appreciate everybody coming out on relatively short notice for an important meeting here. So I know everybody's busy, so again, I'm open. Any other comments before we close? All right, we have a motion to adjourn. Jim, Lori, any discussion? All in favor, aye. All right, any opposed, nay. All right, thanks, guys.
Just give me
Thanks,
5
guys.
quick minutes.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Jim.
Is there any fallout from this?
Well, that's what I just.